Principle 11 of 11 against the Chinese Marxist model is China's rapidly aging population. These 11 principles are of history and economics against the Chinese Marxist model. You've probably heard by now of China's declining population. You didn't hear that much about it 15 years ago in 2010 when I first formulated these 11 principles against the Chinese Marxist model. These principles are the most accurate analysis of what ails the long-term control by the CPC over the Chinese people, the dictatorship of the proletariat. China presently has peaked at about 1.4 billion people. India surpassed China's population already in 2023. One estimate of China's population decline maintains that by 2100, her population will be halved to 700 million people. The U.S. is still growing, thanks to the amazing attractiveness of a rule of law country and the secure future that promises to the citizen and their family. There is nothing desirable to living in a rule of man dictatorship. Your life, property, freedom, and freedom to move about can be snatched at the knock on the door. China's one-child policy, which was based on the science of socialism, has led to a demographic time bomb, which they cannot undo. Imagine financial penalties to a family for having more than one child. Imagine forced abortions, forced sterilizations, yes, forced sterilizations based on science, all following Marxist mandates. In the end, more girls were aborted than boys, and they have too few women in China today. And now Chinese women, many of them do not want to have a child. In fact, with the slowing economy, there's a concept of lying flat, where even the college-educated are not even trying to get involved in their economy. The polluted air, water, and soil of China clouds the future health of Chinese citizens and also impacts on the decision not to have more children. The CPC is so scared of their own citizens, they're constantly monitoring them, reading their emails, their texts, observing their social media activities. The entire news to the country is censored to keep out unwanted truths. Chinese have gone so far as to acquire secondary citizenships outside the country. They secrete assets overseas. They've even gone to the United States on birth tourism to have their child born in the U.S. so the child may have a more secure future. Consider that. You don't have enough faith in China for the future of your children that you go elsewhere to try and get citizenship when things fall apart. Figuratively, no one wants to move to China, as it is a racist country that considers the Han Chinese superior to all the rest. In America, on the contrary, there is no color of a citizen, whether one was born here or immigrated here. America is a positive idea. As opposed to the totalitarian one-party dictatorship of the CPC over China, the potential threat to the world is that in the interim, China has a surfeit of men to women. And to distract their sadness for there being not enough women, Xi Jinping, the supreme ruler of China, and the CPC may bang pots and wave swords towards the outside world and send her navy to blockade the free people of Taiwan, for example, in order to divert the people's attention from their sorrows. Will China be tempted to use her excess supply of men in war? I hope not. The CPC cannot even win a free election in 75 years since they took over. Why do they think they'd be able to win a war when they can't even win a free election? It's a fool's errand. The CPC needs to respect their citizens as adults. Stop spying on them, stop monitoring their social media, stop having social scores. In addition, the so-called smart cities, where they watch the citizens from everywhere, the traffic, etc., that is an insult to the intelligence of the Chinese citizen. Trust the Chinese citizen to pursue happiness as they see fit. Then their economy will grow organically, and the joy and blessing of life will return to the Chinese citizen, and their population will increase again. You can read these 11 principles against the Chinese Marxist model in my book, China, Demise of a Civilization. The 11 Principles of History and Economics Against the Chinese Marxist Model. Thank you.